10 get rich, the 10 who do not, guess what they professing? Fuck y'all niggas. Ghost, what up? You know what it is. Yeah. Ghost Didi, that one-of-one rap king on his throne. I see you, kid.
We live. Let's go. Y'all already know how we do, man. We getting it in today, bro. We getting it in, man. We getting it in. I'm gonna play one more song and then that's it, man. We gonna get right into it. This is one of my favorite joints off of this album right here, though. You know, I can't lie. That Ghostface.
Hold on. Let me get my Dapper Dan on. Hold on. It's your boy DJ Top Boogie. We going back to Staten Island on this one. Stay with the projects. Supreme Clock Town. Park Hill. Mr. Tony Starks. West Brighton, New Brighton. Ghostface Killer. The Harbor.
88 shit.
Huh?
Let's go. The most valuable. Bars that'll clap you. Black British walkers with diamonds in the tassels. Cascade kids rock more glass and a splash you. My goon down project got a Tony Stark statue. I'm like, got me on dust. Got young niggas swinging they blade. The chain swinging cats remind me of us. We got old money, old 20s. Gold mouth full of fronts. We in a Swiss Alps. Fucking mad snow bunnies. Syringe rap, 40 bundles to smack. I seen lawyers get strong. They started off with the crack. The plug sent me 10 bricks. I sent all of them back. So they sent me half 100. Had to get them on that. I got my camera gun. Rubber grip with the big nozzle. Skate routes, dirt bikes. Moving like Chapo. Bulletproof Spalding goggles. Cop killer hollows. Fuck around and get the whole shell like a taco.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all already know how we do, man. It's 4:30, man. We getting it in. You know, we like to let the room fill up. You already know how we do. This is your boy T.Gold, man. Coming off a dope Halloween Born Day weekend. We got Just Cheeze in the building, and we was not planning this orange and black thing. You know, maybe because it was Halloween. You know what I'm saying? So we're over here looking like the Boxy twins. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. Rocking the orange and black. But, you know, this is how we do, man. This is T.Gold. This is your boy Just Cheeze right next to me, man. I know you're probably asking if you're watching us on YouTube and Instagram. NFTia, man. NFTia, you know, she's working on DocuHero, man, and she got some things lined up. So, you know, she had to make sure her affairs were in order so she can get, you know, some things rocking and rolling with her platform. So I'm extremely happy and proud of her, man, you know. So this is episode 90 of the TCK Web3 News Roundtable. All right. So I would like to welcome y'all to some of the fantastic items we got on the table and behind us. So you see the Pudgy Penguin. You see the Stand With Crypto sign. Shout out to Stand With Crypto. Shout out to Ant Mathis. He's the president of the Georgia chapter of Stand With Crypto. Shout out to Mason Leno. Shout out to Tamara Schultz. Those are the people holding down Stand With Crypto. And if you're watching us, thank you for tapping in. Because for your visual pleasure, we also have something new on the table. I'm going to bring this close to the camera so y'all can see. We got this here Doodles Fruit Loops box. Exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Super, super exclusive, y'all. So there's not a lot of these floating around in the world. Your boy got one of them. And I got a cool airdrop. I got a Doodles Fruit Loops hoodie airdrop to me. So that was dope, man. I was happy about that.
Oh, you got a hoodie too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fire. It came with a hoodie.
Yeah. It's digital, right? So then, you know, we got
digital hoodie.
Yeah, but I think it's probably gonna come a physical one. You know what I'm saying? It's most likely, hopefully. Then, what else we got on the table? We got the Greg Mike water bottle. We got the Pudgy Penguins collectible on the table. You know what I'm saying? We got, shout out to Lawrence, man. He came through from NFT Energy Drink, man. We got the NFT Energy drinks on the table.
Place.
He won first place, man. You know, so we were so proud of him, man. And he came through as Pinky. Pinky Nickel from Friday. You know what I mean? That shit was funny as hell, yo. He
I'm not
really
gonna
killed
lie,
it.
I didn't know who that was.
That's crazy, Cheese. Oh, we gotta get you right, man. I know you. You ever seen that Friday After Next with the Christmas one?
Nah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I did, but I don't remember it.
All right.
I saw Friday and next Friday, but I don't remember that one too much.
Nah, B. We gotta get you right, Cheese. Yeah, man. And also, you see the photo? We finally got it framed up. We got the photo of John Ossoff. He's the Georgia senator, and our guy Ant Mathis and Christopher Powell from Project Pry. So big up to them brothers, man, just for making moves in DC, man, getting things done out there. And then we got the Doodles McDonald's cup on the table. So, we got 2 Doodles items and we got 2 Pudgy Penguin items. You know what I mean? So we giving y'all all of the clues, man. You know what I mean? And can't forget the clips. Let God sort them out. Got the Cause box set. You know what I mean? So that was super dope, man. I was thrilled to get that. Got the t-shirt. Me and Cheese got the same shirt, the black with the blue. And my Singularity Cynthia's on the corner, man. So for your visual pleasure, man, we got a lot of dope stuff on the table, man, that you can look at. And this is what I like to call Web3 wavy. You know what I mean? Having the collectibles out here on the table and all that, man. So, Cheese, man, I gotta ask you, bro, how was your weekend? We're gonna discuss the Halloween recap, the Halloween party, the escape room. But yeah, man, tell me how your weekend was, brother.
Yesterday. So I mean, we're gonna discuss Friday, so I'll leave that out for now. But yesterday, really, after Friday, I took some time to just catch back up on some things, scholar things that I'm working on. Finalizing a submission that we need to submit for a potential toy drive that we're working on.
Oh, that's fire, toy drive, man.
So, working on that, finalizing that, but also had some good conversations with some developers,
Really?
with my developers,
Dope,
as well
dope.
as also had some good conversation with a team that I'm grooming out of Nigeria to help
Wow.
spread the word of like Skylark.
Mm.
So they've been following. I've been going hard on X the last couple weeks and utilizing that momentum there to engage and get people onboarded into the Skylark ecosystem. And I've been jumping in a bunch of spaces and started working with this team that they're in Nigeria, and they're helping share the word of Skylark.
That's fire.
But they've
man.
also they see us here on TCK. Sometimes they join here and they tune in.
That's fire, man. So shout out to our peoples out there in Nigeria, man. All our people in Africa. Shout out to Vu. She represents South Africa. So yeah, big up to everybody, who's from the continent, man, from the motherland, who comes through the ABC, and we're proud that we can have this connection, man, because it's important. It's just a big misconception, I feel like, that was purposely put on us, how we supposed to view Africans and vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm glad that, you're establishing that, brother. Word. So, yeah, man, we got to talk about Friday, man. We rocking the Halloween colors. We got the orange and black on. And mind you, this wasn't planned. You know what I mean? This wasn't planned. It's just how it do. So, Cheese, let me know, man.
Go ahead.
What was your thoughts?
Okay, yeah.
What was your thoughts on the escape room? Because we got to let y'all know, man. Shout out to everybody who won in the escape room. That was a competition. Whoever got the fastest time, and I think at the time was 15 minutes that they had to beat. We had 4 teams. It was super phenomenal because it was on some Scooby-Doo shit. You know what I'm saying? People had to just fire shit throughout the room in order to get out, man. But it was dope. We was live streaming it, and some people had their Halloween costumes on too. So after that, we actually had the costume contest. So I'm gonna talk about the costume contest. I'll let you talk about the escape room. So the costume contest, everybody who participated, shout out to them. But we ended up having 4 people that got 3D printed items. All right, so shout out to our guy Lawrence. He came through his pinky. You know what I mean? He had the 3D printed crown. That was dope. Shout out to my daughter Kalinda. She had the fairy outfit on. She took a lot of time for that, and it was unbiased, man, because we flipped the coin. We had another judge come in. You know what I mean? So she was second place. She got the Bitcoin chain. I thought that was super fire, so we brought that home. And then we had a lady dressed up as Mary J. Blige. You know what I mean? She was fly. She was sexy. You know what I mean? She had like the leather jersey on. This shit was fly. She had the glasses and the bandana, so she was looking fly. And then we had another guy. He was from the Evil Dead. I think his name was Sam from the Evil Dead. Jesse.
Yeah.
Jesse.
Oh no, I think his name was Jesse.
His name was Jesse. Shout out to Jesse. Yeah. But yeah, he played the lead character in Evil Dead, man. So he had a dope outfit on. So those are all of the people who participated. We had a couple other people that participated, but those were the best outfits. We got the pictures. Man, look, I was just happy that people came through and participated, and they were in theme, and they actually walked away with Bitcoin or crypto 3D printed items, man. So the items were fly. I was impressed by the 3D printed items, and so were the participants too. So I was happy about that, man. So Cheeze, tell us your thoughts on the escape room. You had people going crazy in there. You had brain busters in there. What's your thoughts, man, on the escape room and how that went? Cause shit was dope to me, man. You did a good job.
Yeah, thank you, man. The scavenger hunt, the escape room. Truth be told, I had, the way I planned it out was like, I knew the numbers had to start from something in a book.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, I need to get some type of equation that people had to solve to unlock the number, or I had to like have them do like some type of mapping code, something. So I knew I had to like get people there.
Right.
So I borrowed a book from Kyle. I went in there, borrowed a book from Kyle, and then I didn't. It wasn't until like Thursday night. I figured I didn't do any of this until Thursday night.
That's crazy. It came out dope though.
Yeah. So Thursday night I was just like, all right, I'm gonna start here. Then I was like, all right, what in the room can I use? So I remember I took some pictures. Then I took the picture. Figured it out, and I got a riddle. Used that riddle to point. So basically, at this point now, I'm just breaking this down, the entire thing to everybody here.
No doubt.
Right? So, at this point in time, I had the riddle that I was going to utilize to help people find the painting on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, this is where I really fucked everybody up, just to be honest. Like, I initially was just going to start with a QR code that you had to tap here, scan here to get started.
Right.
But then I was like, nah, let me use the NFC chip.
No doubt.
Because then I can hide that in somewhere, and then I can tap here to get started. And the majority of people did not do that step. And that's where it was. It was so funny. Like, the only team that actually tapped here to get started was the first team that went in.
Yep.
On all the other teams, they started going other directions. They found the fire plant. They found the Check Connect 4 map in the fireplace, but they didn't know that what they were supposed to do with it because they didn't follow the first step. So that was the funny part, because of this. Like, a lot of people thought they had it. They thought they had it. They thought they found this paper over here, and they thought, like, I got this paper, and they run over to the Connect 4 board and they do the whole thing, and then they stuck. It's 7 minutes of like, I don't know what to do next.
That was funny, man.
But yeah, I would definitely do it again. And it don't gotta be this Halloween thing. We can find like maybe just popping weekends where a lot of people are coming into the A and they want something to do. We give them an escape room. We can do that. We can do it at ABC.
Yep. And then at the same time too, man, we can do different things. Like obviously it was Halloween this weekend, so we're gonna switch it up every time we do escape room. So it'll be different escape room themes. We'll have different prizes. And the prizes. We gotta tell the people the prizes that they won for the escape room. So we had 4 groups of 4, right? And they ended up winning these Bitcoin gnomes, man. That had the NFC chips on them, so they was able to tap it, and it took them straight to our website, man, Mint and Marquee. So I'm happy about that. Be on the lookout for that. Logos in the process being cooked up, you know what I mean? By your boy T.Gold, man, graphic designer extraordinaire. So extraordinaire, man. Let's go. Now, also we gotta talk about the people who had the dope costumes who just randomly popped in, man. We had random people pull up to our event and they were happy about, having something interactive to do during Halloween, So everybody who came through, we greatly appreciate y'all. We thank you so much. We had a great time. I had some candy on the counter for people too. We had shout out to our guy, Dre from Urban Blockchain. He was holding down the music, so he had the vibes right. So he had the ill blends going on. I was extremely pleased about his DJing skills, so we're going to be having him pulling up to a few more events to DJ some of our Web3 mixes. So I'm looking forward to that, man. Any other thoughts you want to... shout out. We got to shout out Kyle. We got to shout out Justin. We got to shout out Rashad, the fellas down there at the bookstore gallery, too, for, helping to hold stuff down, man. Any other thing you want to discuss about the event, man?
Nah, another successful one in the books. So we just got to keep planning the next ones. But I think what's coming true out of this is that we're finding templates that work well, whether it's gaming, whether it's wellness, or even stuff like this where it's experiential with the escape room.
No doubt. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man. I'm looking forward to that. So thank you to everybody who pulled up. You heard. We're going to be cooking up the next event soon. And we know that it's going to be Thanksgiving coming up. So it's not going to be that weekend, So it's probably going to be the weekend after Thanksgiving. But we got to look at the calendar, figure out everything that's going on. Because Cheeze, you going to Africa, right?
Can't confirm yet.
Can't confirm, but it's a possibility. He's going to Africa. Then, in another, 10 days or so, I'll be going back to New York, seeing my peoples. But it's going to be exclusive interview that I'm not even going to talk about yet until everything is locked down and solidified. But I'm looking forward to that, man. It's going to be the second Web3 Wavy episode that we're going to put together. Because, we're going to have celebrities and people in different industries pull up that we're going to be interviewing. So I'm looking forward to this interview in New York, man. So it's going to be phenomenal. Yeah, man, we got to shout out the bar chef. His birthday coming up, Shout out to the bar chef, man. We got his pillow right here, man. Right there. That's his avatar, man. So shout out to Marlon Williams, man, founder of the Atlanta Blockchain Center and Starter Labs. You heard? Yeah, man. And shout out to AI Quant, too, man. So, yeah, you want to get into it? You want to get right into it, man? Because it's been a phenomenal weekend for crypto. We had a bounce back. I saw some things on the horizon that went stupid. Shout out to Blue, man, because Blue, I talked about it last podcast where these Amazon NFTs were going to be released with the other side metaverse, right? So the other side is Bored Ape Yacht Club's metaverse that is a gaming metaverse. You have characters in there, playing and finding stuff, right? So Amazon released their first NFTs, but it was a character called Boximus, right? They were going for $69. I believe it was only like 2,500 of them. They sold out less than an hour, and from $69, the last floor price I checked was about $240. So I checked it yesterday, so it could have changed overnight. But at one point, I heard a couple of people sold theirs a flip of I think it was like $1,000, and somebody sold another one for like $1,200. So yeah, man, these are plays, man. These are plays. I ain't gonna front. I faded it. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. Blue, she came through and got it, but I faded it because number one, Bored Ape Yacht Club, man, they've been stale over these past 3 years in the bear market. They ain't really been doing stuff, so that's why you see the Doodles and the Pudgy Penguins items here on the table, man, because they've been rocking and rolling, and they've been shaking in space. So I felt like the metaverse thing, a lot of people wasn't really fucking with it, so I didn't think it was gonna do the numbers it was gonna do. So that's why I faded it. But shout out to Blue, because she was listening and she tapped in. So she's living proof. When people listen to the gems we be dropping on this podcast, man, you know, you put it into action, you see some paper. So that one's stupid. Then Doodles, they had a partnership with Universal Studios for some Telegram stickers with some characters. They were like Doodle style, like Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein and stuff like that. So those stickers sold out. You know, so yeah, man, NFTs aren't dead. People still buying them. You know, I bought my Ryu. You know, shout out to all my Street Fighter fans and all my gamers out there who spent mad quarters on that game. I know I did growing up, but I got that NFT. You know, I'm happy about it. It's clean. It's probably one of the dopest interactive NFTs I've seen, man. So I just wanted to let y'all know, man, we be dropping some gems. We be dropping some gems. Last Sunday, we talked about these Bored Ape Amazon NFTs that was going to be dropping. So it was Boximus. It's just Amazon boxes as a character. It really wasn't, you know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts on the Cheese?
You got to think about, like, where it's going to be utilized. And, for me, NFT or not, it's already a lane, a market that Nike has started to break into with Dot Swoosh. Right. And since Dot Swoosh, they kind of deviated from the NFT part of it. But they are doing pretty well in the Fortnite side of it with the sneaker releases. Like, they are now like putting out Jordans and like they got a whole release schedule now, like
Fire.
when these sneakers are dropping in Fortnite.
And kids don't know they NFTs.
They're not.
Technically they're not.
Yeah. But they should be.
Yes.
Because now I could trade these, but so it's a skin, in my opinion. I think it's a Boximus skin, maybe a skin for some game. I don't know what game, maybe other side metaverse, but but I don't know what your character is gonna do, and walk around looking like a box. But
so Cheese, it sounds like you faded it too, man.
I faded it, but I'm highlighting that this is one of many. This is one of many. I think the metaverse and this type of brand identification is here to stay. People want to be walking around as like their favorite thing and feel like, oh, I got this one thing that nobody has. It's Ready Player One type shit is coming soon, is basically what I'm trying to say.
No doubt.
Ready Player One.
Yeah, I appreciate your thoughts on that, man. So, yeah, shout out to everybody who got themselves one of those NFTs. And because they got utility, you can use it in the other side metaverse. You know, if you actually got one, we would love to hear your thoughts. We will bring you up on stage if you end up getting one. And matter of fact, we're going to speak to Blue. Hopefully Blue can chime in, and she has some experience taking her NFT in that other side metaverse, and she can give us more details on what it can do, you know? So yeah, man, even if you're not gaming, you could just use it as a flip, as a play. You know, that was a nice play right there. So let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into it. We got about 6 articles we're going to talk about today. One of the ones that we're going to set it off with, we're going to talk about one of the most gangster motherfuckers in crypto, man. He goes by the name of CZ. All right? Since he got pardoned by Trump, CZ been on one, boy. So, it's funny. I don't know if y'all saw it on Twitter, but the former Binance CEO, Jinping Xiao, aka CZ, has been in a heated public feud with Senator Elizabeth Warren, who called him a money launderer and criticized his presidential pardon by Donald Trump as an act of corruption. Warren accused Trump of granting clemency as a political favor after CZ's support for Trump's crypto ventures. All right, so CZ's legal team responded by demanding a retraction, warning that they might sue Warren for defamation. I thought that was interesting. Okay, since he pleaded guilty to failing to maintain an effective AML, that's an anti-money laundering program, and not to money laundering itself. So he's technically not a money launderer. Okay. The controversy deepened after the Wall Street Journal reported Binance helped to facilitate a $2 billion purchase of World Liberty's stablecoin and built its tech stack. All right, so World Liberty Financial, that is Trump's DeFi platform. So, yeah, CZ got a lot of that token. Now, many in the crypto community have rallied behind CZ, but legal experts note that defamation suits against public officials are notoriously hard to win. So I've never seen anybody in the crypto space go after a politician. Like, he really went after her. He sent his lawyers at her, you know, and was like, hey, I'm not really feeling you, you know, slandering my name out here. I've been cleared. So they've been going back and forth. It was an interesting tit for tat. So, Cheese, what's your thoughts on CZ, you know, basically telling Warren to, hey, back down, man. Stop dragging my name through the mud, man. I've been cleared. What's your thoughts on that, man?
I think it's this for what he has going through. It's noise, right? It's noise for both parties that are involved here, and how much of it is actually being picked up and actually being impactful on a day-to-day basis. I don't think it's much, right? The bigger conversation that is underlying all this is probably the banks, right? And this and having them involved, having them being Binance involved with the crypto industry of the United States is a blow to that industry, the banking industry, that is, right? Because now it opens the crypto industry of the United States to being able to play with broader partners in the world. And for someone like Elizabeth Warren, who's going to side with the big banks,
Yep.
there's a feud that has to take place there, and it looks like this. But it's not about, it's not about her and him. It's about the things that they represent.
Good point. The things they represent, man. I like that take, man, because we know Elizabeth Warren, like you said, represent the banks. CZ obviously represents the biggest crypto exchange, Binance. He's the former CEO, but he still got a lot of influence over there, man. So, and obviously, with him having that influence and then buddying up with Trump and getting a lot of his tokens, and it's funny to me, man. It's so funny to me. I just love the fact that once he got pardoned, he just talking his shit. He popping his shit. So, once you get that presidential pardon, people in crypto, man, you never know. FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, he might get out and be like, hey, you know what? Start talking shit to everybody who was talking shit about him, because he was like, FTX had $25 billion. Supposedly, they wasn't insolvent. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny, man. We're gonna see who else gonna get presidential pardons, and we're gonna see if any more Democrats are gonna be taking shots at people in crypto. So I thought this was an interesting back and forth, y'all. So speaking of banks, I appreciate your thoughts, Cheese. Speaking of banks, yo, let's talk about what Tether is doing. All right, so Tether, they've actually reported a staggering $10 billion in profit for the first 3 quarters of 2025, putting the world's largest stablecoin issuer on par with major Wall Street banks like Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. Its profits already has surpassed those of Bank of America, which was about $8.9 billion, and US Bank, which was $5.5 billion this year. And Tether is on pace to beat last year's record $13 billion in annual income. Despite still trailing JP Morgan's $44 billion, Tether's financial strength highlights the explosive growth of crypto-backed finance. So, and we do know that they're going to be launching a token here in the United States, because obviously the issue is with Tether in the United States, you don't need to do KYC. That's the issue that United States have with Tether. USDC is Circle. You have to do KYC. That's know your customer, right? So what they trying to do, they're trying to launch a USAT token, another stable coin, specifically for the United States. So I think that's when they're going to play fair and say, okay, this is the stable coin that you guys are going to have to KYC with. And I think Tether, man, I won't be surprised if they go public and launch a bank, because they already doing numbers. They numbers is crazy right now. So they up there competing with Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley, bro. What's your thoughts on companies like this, like Tether, or just Web3 companies potentially going public, and crypto companies actually applying for national charters to become a crypto bank? So what's your thoughts on that, Cheese?
So I think some of these parts of these conversations we've explored, right? Mm-hmm. Especially when it looks at the opportunities that these crypto companies like Circle, like Tether, right? Even Coinbase all have in potential to becoming their own bank, mm-hmm. right? And it really comes down to the definition of the word bank and how what assets you can hold on hand, what assets can you disperse and insure, and what kind of services can you provide to your customers at a granular level. That's what ends up determining whether or not you're a bank or not. But if you think about okay, that aside, these companies are already providing these services in a DeFi financial way, and they're doing it very, very well. So I think that's often why I say that a lot of this makes sense for in the industry for these companies to start wanting more value out of the entire ecosystem of banking, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting next 5 to 10 years of banking and finance, and it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, man, good point, man. So I definitely can see companies like Ripple, who was it? It was Circle. They all are applying for national charters to become banks. So crypto banks, like Cheese said, in the next 5 years, will be an actual thing, because a lot of these platforms already provide, decentralized financial services, man. So, yeah, Cheese, thank you for your thoughts. And I gotta shout out everybody listening on Twitter, aka X. Shout out to everybody watching us on YouTube. Shout out to everybody watching us on Instagram. Alright? So if you go to the IG, man, the funny thing is if you want to have a great laugh, me and Cheeze didn't even say what we was for Halloween. So Cheeze, he had the Coogee sweater on with Tim's. So you know who he was. He was Biggie because he had the crown. He 3D printed the crown. That was actually funny as hell. Then me, I came in as a St. Louis slick who was a pimp. You know what I mean? I was out there big pimping. It was nothing but pimping going on. So I had the clean white suit on with the wig. You know what I mean? Had some jewelry on. And, you know, people didn't even know it was me, man. It was so funny, man. You know, sometimes you just got to laugh at yourself, bro. You got to laugh at yourself, man. So I had a good time. Shout out to everybody who pulled up to the bookstore gallery, man, the theme, bro. But, yeah, it was nothing but pimping going on. So if you go to the Crypto Crew IG, to the stories, you'll see some of the photos. You know what I mean? You see the photos that me and Cheeze, you know, we was Biggie, he was Biggie, and I was St. Louis Slick, the pimp, and you'll be able to see Lawrence as well, you know, as Pinky from Friday, man. So, you know, it was pimping going on. It was real pimping going on. So it was real funny, man. So, yeah, shout out to everybody who participated, man. That shit was fun. So, the next story we're going to talk about, because this deals with us, because we live on YouTube. Y'all already know how we do. And we got a request right quick, so we're going to bring some people up on the stage. Let's see who we got requested. Who we got requested to come up on stage? Uh-oh. We got DocuHero. Shout out to DocuHero. NFTia. Man, how you doing? How you doing? What's going on? The floor is yours.
I couldn't even hear at first. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
All right, hey, pretty good. Got my son, had to run an errand with him real quick, grab him some food. I'm so busy I couldn't even cook today.
Oh wow.
But so it's been a busy day. However, so I'm just chiming in. I wanted to chime in on the Elizabeth Warren and CZ story first, but my son was cutting the rug a little bit, so I had to wait for him to chill out.
You good?
Only thing I want to say is, you know, we love Elizabeth Warren over here in these crypto streets in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? However, we all know it'd be a lot of fugazi stuff going on with the politicians and insider trading and one can call the pot can call the kettle black, but I don't know if she really want to go to war with CZ or even really challenge him, because he can start paying and start pulling some of those layers back and start uncovering some of the dirt. We know all these politicians have dirt, just like he do too. So you don't really want to go tit for tat with somebody with that much money. So if I was Elizabeth, stay in your lane. You gonna make some money in this crypto lane too. I would kind of just, like Whitney said, you better lay low, cause him and Trump, you can tell they getting real chummy, and CZ making all the right moves to really be probably one of the most powerful world. He already is financially, but he's making one of those moves. He's making the necessary moves to really be in the likes of the Elons and the Bezos and stuff like that. And that's a whole nother level of power. So, that's like bringing a fork to a knife fight or a knife to a gunfight. She probably just want to chill just a little bit. Then to this last story with the stable coins and that type of thing, I think it behooves the crypto space to really begin to really move as a bank. And the reason why I think this is pivotal right now, there's just a lot of cracks that's happening in the banking system right now, and the timing is perfect. Is it coincidental or is it perfect? I don't know. But you got things like the repo market and the Federal Reserve. They're doing it slow, but they're doing it. they're doing it, and they haven't done it in about 3 or 4 years, where they're injecting liquidity. I think they injected $50 billion into the, and that's not a lot of money considering like banks, but the fact that the banks that we go and borrow right now, a lot of Americans are struggling. We have a lot of Americans are using credit cards to make it ends meet, and using credit options to make ends meet. The banks, they use the overnight repo market. The repo market, it has been in trouble, and it's been showing cracks and signs of weakness. And you know, and I said this before on another episode, in 2019 when the repo market got in trouble. It started showing signs. Then they started cutting rates. They started injecting money into the repo market. Yada yada yada. And that's when quantitative easing happened. Okay. And he just cut rates last week, and then he immediately the week after, the Fed started to inject money into the repo market. So we're starting to see those signs of banks having trouble. The only difference, if something catastrophic were to happen, is instead of bank bailouts, legislation says now that they'll have bank bail-ins. That's when, like, if you seen like what happened in like Cyprus and all these other places, like banks are able literally to be able to just take your money if they need it, and that's not just like one of those scary doomsday type of thing. It's legislation. So I think the only way to combat that is having a bank-esque like stablecoin infrastructure, or where we could have a crypto wallet where your money is actually your money, and it's in a form of a stable coin. So I think these type of systems now are starting to be critical, based on the way that, you know, our financial system is showing, you know, real cracks in the system. So
T, you make a great point. You made a great point. We got to shout you out because you still being a mom. You still making sure you was here virtually, you know, to give us your thoughts and commentary. But we definitely appreciate that. And that definitely gives us something to think about when it comes to, you know, these banks and what they're able to do with our money, you know, because I didn't know that, you know, if they get into an issue like they had the bank bailout, now they can just take our money. That's crazy, you know. So yeah, that's what crypto is. It's about freedom. It's about sovereignty. It's about being able to have your money, because if there's a bank run, you know, that's when people just go and withdraw their money, and these banks ain't got this cash because they only practice what fractional reserve, 15% of what we deposit. So yeah, I can only imagine.
They don't even do that no more. They don't even got to do that no more.
That's sad.
The policy behind is they don't gotta have none of it.
That's
Matter of fact, if they need it, they control yours. It's bad, man. It's bad. It's bad. So you definitely want to know what's going on under the hood of the financials. What is the
FDIC?
Not the FDA. What is
FDIC?
FDIC, man. Yeah, FDIC. I knew it was one of them alphabet, but the FDIC, man. They might as well. You just might as well just, you know, those could have just got rid of them because it's useless.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. So, Tia, thank you for those thoughts and that information. Also, you made a good point, just to double back with the CZ and Elizabeth Warren. You talked about their dirt. That's something that neither one of them, that's a great point that you mentioned, that neither one of them want to just uncover that right there. Because you know Elizabeth Warren, she probably got some dirt, and CZ got enough money to dig that up. You know what I'm saying? And we already know CZ, he already been in hot water with a couple of things, but because Trump is his buddy, man, he was able to get off. But those are some great points that you made, Tia. We definitely appreciate you still being able to tap in and being a mom at the same time, getting Dr. Hero cooked up. You heard?
Appreciate it.
Yes, man. We appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right, so we're gonna roll on to the next subject, y'all. Cheese, you got any more thoughts on that? We just gonna roll on to the next one.
You roll right on to the next one.
All right, so now this has something to do with us, y'all. So YouTube, they rolled out a strict crypto and NFT promotions policy. Okay, so I had to read this article very carefully and do some cross-referencing to make sure that we didn't fall into the crosshairs of any of this regulation. And because we do give out disclaimers when we do talk about like meme coins and stuff like that, and we don't do that often, and we don't talk about our trades, we don't talk about anything related to as far as gains and losses. We don't do that. All right. So I had to make sure we ain't in the crosshairs of this. But YouTube is enforcing new rules that classify certain crypto, NFT, and Web3 gaming content as gambling as major policy shift that could heavily impact creators in the space starting November 17th. The platform will now treat videos involving staking, betting, or trading digital assets with real monetary value as gambling content, meaning creators could face takedowns, age restrictions, or strikes if their videos show players winning or losing crypto or NFTs. YouTube also plans to target sponsored videos, NFT tutorials, and token promotions, which may now violate its ad and gambling policies. All right, so the crackdown follows a wave of fake crypto and AI generated scam streams, including a viral fake NVIDIA live stream that fooled nearly 95,000 viewers. Okay, so I thought this was super interesting, you know, because we don't do live streaming with like gaming, but we do talk about crypto games. Like we talked about the Pudgy Party, we talked about Off the Grid. You know, we talk about these games, right? But we don't really talk about our trades. You see what I'm saying? So when I went through this, I had to make sure our content don't fall into the crosshairs of what YouTube is trying to regulate right now. You know, we do talk about NFTs, right? And so for instance, like I got an NFT airdrop to me just for having this Doodles Fruit Loops box that I got. You know, but because we're not encouraging and shilling anything, you know, for the most part, we're just talking about what we collect and how we engage in this space and how people can take advantage of this. There's always a disclaimer. This is not financial advice. It's for educational, entertainment purposes only. So, you know, I gotta ask Just Cheeze and my co-host NFTia. I gotta ask y'all, man. What do y'all think about YouTube cracking down on supposed gambling kind of streamers, you know, because that's what this is leaning on. They're looking at people who create crypto, NFT, and Web3 gaming content as gambling. All right, so what's your thoughts on this, brother?
Yeah, I think they had to do it at some point in time, and with the rise of platforms like Polymarket and Kalshi, those are technically, you know, crypto-backed products. Mm-hmm. And even though it's not necessarily crypto that you're always trading back and forth, right? You are there is some gambling-esque things to it. Hence, hence you know, the same wave of prize picks.
That's right.
Right. So, and we just saw what happened to Drake, right? And so I think it makes sense for YouTube to take this action because you see, we also saw what happened to Aiden Ross, right? And so it's the CYA situation. But at the same time, I often wonder, it's like YouTube's pushing this market off of their platform, right? And that doesn't mean that this market is going to stop. So, when I was away on my trip, when I was away on my trip in the Caribbean, I was actually on Pump.fun. I was bored out of my. I was bored. I was trying to see what kind of streams they got. The streams are back.
Right.
So there was one stream where it was a fish tank, and it was a fish tank, and then it was a marker line drawn on the fish tank, and then overlaying the fish tank was different squares, right, and it was basically projected onto the fish tank, and it was programmed in a way where the fish, and it had a timer, right? So it would count down 20 seconds, and people, depending on where the fish, what section of the grid the fish swam into, the contract would sell or buy.
Ain't no way in hell.
Yeah, yes,
Yo,
it
that's
worked.
crazy, yo.
I watched it, and
That's crazy.
I don't know exactly how it worked, but so it was one point in time the fish was swimming at sell 10%, and I watched it. The chart went down 10%.
Nah, man, that's crazy. Yo. So basically, you got psychic fish now, man. That's
No, the fish
reading the charts.
The fish is just swimming, and whatever area it stays in, by the time the countdown is done, that's what action takes place. So
That's wild.
So he ended up. Then after that countdown restarted, he swam into like the buy 5% zone. He said he stayed there. Then it bought 5%. Then he swam over, sold 5%. So that was his wash.
Wow, yo.
And then he swam into the sell all zone.
Did he do it?
And he sell all, and I watched the price go down. I was like, yo, what the
No,
fuck?
ain't no way in fucking hell, yo. That's a wild way to do like technical analysis with a damn fish. Yo, that's wild, yo.
My point though is, I think they're cleaning up the. I can't say it's for sure because I don't be on pump fun like that. That was just that one time. But my point that I'm making is, people are gonna find their market. This takes that one creator to make shit go crazy, and that one pump fun creator that gets on there and make this shit hype. It's gonna bring, everybody from one platform to another platform, and now YouTube, right? They may not be the ones that end up being that where you find that content.
Good point.
You end up being able to find that content on maybe Twitch.
That's right.
Or maybe
Rumble.
This one right here, Pump Fun.
Oh, Pump
right?
Fun.
So I just think some of it is that we just have to wait and see where this all pans out. But I can understand why YouTube wouldn't want to. I can understand why they would make that decision.
Nah, good point, Cheese. Good point. Now, I know one thing you mentioned as far as just like these platforms like Prize Picks and all that. These are officially like gambling platforms. The thing that was running rampant over the past few years was those fake AI videos of people in crypto, whether it was Vitalik, whether it was Michael Saylor, and it was like, yeah, if you put up 1 ETH, we'll match you 2 ETH. All of this, that shit was running rampant. I noticed that shit ain't there no more. I did see that they cracked down on that. So those fake AI videos, I do give YouTube credit for cleaning that up because I don't see that. I really don't see that anymore. But I can imagine there's still some that probably still fall through the cracks and they may not have been able to catch everything. But I know what we do here doesn't qualify for us to, be like financial advisors or like a gambling stream. This is not what we do here. We educate people here.
But it becomes a slippery slope quickly, right? Because last Friday, I had read an article that Brian Armstrong, right after the earnings, right? Basically, he had right at the end of the earnings, he was making a play off of a joke that he read, which was, when Polymarket, they have these bets. Will Trump say this word in the
speech or something
speech,
like that?
or will
Yeah.
so there were like 3 words. Will Brian Armstrong mention these 3 words in
The tweet?
in the Coinbase earnings call.
Okay.
Right? So he went on, and then at the very end, he was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, blah blah," and then said the 3 words in a sentence. Right? You can't tell that it directly was intentional, but if you're playing the poly market chart, you go from watching it being like, no, he's not going to say it, because by the time he gets to the end, this entire time the chart has been low,
Right.
and then right at the end it's peaked up and it shifted into yes.
That's
he
crazy.
says the words. Now, if you are betting on riding that entire bet, you could have missed the play if you had not betted until the end. So that whole poly market, that whole info-fi market, prediction market is open for manipulation.
Oh, yeah.
There. So, but that was an earnings call, right? So, how do you gauge what is crypto content that is just purely like educational, talking about content, or how do you gauge that was something that was manipulation?
Good point. Nah, I love the fact that you brought that up, because that will make this a slippery slope when it comes to what YouTube will allow and what they won't allow, But yeah, I can definitely see people manipulating these prediction markets. Wait till the mob get in this, if they not in it already. Because we saw what happened with Chauncey Billups and the other NBA player out there, getting caught up with the mob. Now, if the mob is still involved with gambling, and this is a new form of gambling, but it's strictly on people's phones, I guarantee you they're going to be swaying the outcome of certain events, just based on that, because the mob, man, they're going to get their money. Now, that was a great point, Cheese. Great point, man. So, all right, man. All right, so this is the second part of the pod where we're going to shake it up. It's going to get a little fun, because we haven't talked about meme coins in a while, so we definitely going to talk about some meme coins today. I had to segue from that YouTube story, talking about what we can and can't really put out, because they're going to start banning shit on the 17th. Well, first, let's talk about Steak and Shake before we talk about these meme coins, because the last 2 stories is real funny as hell. All right, so Steak and Shake, they has become the first major restaurant to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve, committing to store all Bitcoin payment it receives as part of its long-term treasury strategy. The fast food chain launched the initiative alongside Fold, all right? So that's a crypto payments processing platform that offers customers $5 in Bitcoin for every Bitcoin meal or Bitcoin steak burger purchased and registered through the Fold app. Okay, coinciding with Bitcoin's 17th white paper anniversary on Halloween. So I don't know if you would consider that a birthday. Not really, right? Because the Bitcoin's birthday is like in January, right? It was like in January 2009 or something like that, right? For like the first transaction, I believe.
Yeah, but
They consider the white paper
the
the
birthday?
birth?
I don't know. That's a good question.
But I like the fact that Steak and Shake is on brand, because when they launched this information, it was on Halloween, which is Bitcoin's white paper anniversary, 17th anniversary. So technically, we can look at Bitcoin as a teenager, right? So this is the first U.S. restaurant with menu items tied to Bitcoin rewards. I thought that's pretty dope. The only way you can really get Bitcoin rewards is if you use like a Gemini card, or who has another card? There's another card that you can get Bitcoin rewards whenever you swipe. But this is new for a restaurant to actually offer Bitcoin rewards for stuff that you buy. Now, here's the funny shit. This is the okie doke, because they telling you what they doing. Everybody who's paying with Satoshis, they're storing that, and that's going to be their reserve. So they're not buying Bitcoin. People are just giving them Bitcoin. They're like, okay, we exchange some burgers for Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? We exchange one of the most hardest assets in the world We're gonna hold on to that while y'all just eat this damn burger that you're gonna shit out. That's the game, y'all. Just know that there was a guy who paid 10,000 bitcoins for 2 Papa John pizzas.
Hey,
And that would have been worth millions, if not billions of dollars right now, which is crazy. So they know what they doing, y'all. And
I got a home in Omaha, Nebraska. I can tell you.
and now they finally gonna stamp these buns with the Bitcoin logo. You know what I mean? Pause. So you already know, man. They was pump faking on that. So people was going up to Steak and Shake thinking they was gonna get they buns stamped with the Bitcoin logo. It wasn't happening, man. But now they doing it because that's part of their promotion. So Cheese, man, what's your thoughts on this, man? That they actually are hoarding. They are literally hoarding all of the Bitcoin people are exchanging for burgers. What's your thoughts, man?
My thoughts on this. I think you kind of touched on part of it where it's just like, they're not really buying Bitcoin. They're just, you can pay for your burger in Bitcoin, and then that same Bitcoin is the reserve that they turn around and give in rewards. But when I at a bigger conversation point around this that I think about is the fact that, one, they're one of the early ones to do this, and they're doing it more out of attracting a market that wants to be like, oh, I can spend my Bitcoin and earn Bitcoin rewards, or oh, I can just spend my regular dollars and earn Bitcoin, right? I've never been to Steak and Shake before.
Really?
Nah.
Damn, Cheese. He's like, nah.
So I have no idea if the food is good or not. So I have no. Wait,
It's alright.
It's alright.
It's alright.
Yeah. Okay. But so from that perspective, I think the audience that would be going there, they would have to be loving their Steak and Shake, well enough to get to art. Like, what I'm trying to say is this: they didn't. If I'm not the new customer that they attracted with this play, right? There might be some new customers that like they now want to attract their taste their burger because they might want to get Bitcoin from this, I guess, right? I don't know. I just think at the end of the day they're trying shit, and it could stick, right? If there's a target audience of people who enjoy Steak and Shake and just want to be like, oh shit, I can get Bitcoin now for eating this. I'll go ahead and continue eating it. But I think they're gonna have a hard time convincing those that are in crypto first to then be able to like, oh, I'm going to earn crypto by eating Steak and Shake. I'd rather go earn crypto by doing something else.
That's a fact. Good point, man. So basically, what Cheese is saying, it sounds like Steak and Shake is taking advantage of the people who are uneducated in this space, the people who don't really know what's going on. So I think that's the okie doke.
I think Tia also had
You know what I'm saying?
I think Tia also had something to say.
Tia, if you have your hand up, the floor is yours. Again, we talking about what Steak and Shake is doing. They really are hitting people with the gavel on this one.
So can y'all hear me? Okay, yeah.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
for me, Steak and Shake, first they invited us to pay for our burgers about 5 months ago in Bitcoin. And ain't none of that shit work, right? They ain't collect not a Satoshi through that whole system. Like, so I don't even believe they even got the manpower or the technical wherewithal to even get it done. I don't. I don't even believe in this whole thing. I just don't think they're going to be. This is literally a nothing burger, and it's hard to fake. Literally, it's hard to fake people in the crypto market. Yeah, it's hard to fake the people in the crypto market out, simply because most people that are in Web3 and crypto were smart.
That's right.
You know, and so if you're in this space right now, you're still considered early.
Mm-hmm.
Most people in the crypto space right now are high level thinkers, so you can't really hit us with the okey doke.
Mm-hmm.
We move a little different than most, so I don't know. I don't see this being. I see this as being good PR, and they're doing a great job, because we're talking about Steak and Shake, and Joe has never even had a Steak and Shake burger.
Good point. So that's a good take, man. We got to see if they really know what they doing over there, man. So apparently, it look like they got Fold, you know, or that's the platform that's taking the Bitcoin, and I guess that's storing them for them. So, but yeah, we're gonna definitely keep our eyes on this situation, and we got our guy B Wise out there in New York. The floor is yours. What's going on, bro? Appreciate you tapping in, man. What's your thoughts on Steak and Shake and the Bitcoin play that they doing, man?
First of all, how y'all doing?
We great, brother. We great, man. How you doing?
I'm alright. Everything's alright.
All right.
I think with the Steak and Shake thing, like, Tia done said it all. That's not gonna really work on people who are actually involved in crypto. And I don't even think Steak and Shake is in every state. They only in a handful of states. They're not everywhere.
That's a good point.
And, you know, they might be heavy in Florida in certain places, but I don't think they're in too many states. But what I wanted to chime in earlier when we were talking about what you call YouTube.
With the content creators.
With the content creator, and is that they got some other crypto platforms that are slowly coming up and becoming huge with content creating. You know, like Zora and a bunch of other ones that will end up getting their fair share of the pie, because they'll end up cutting into a little of YouTube's pockets. It's just going to be a thing that's going to spread out, because crypto is here, and why not do content creating on a crypto platform? So I think sooner or later they're just going to lose a little of their business that way, their profits that way.
Nah, B, that's a great point. Because like Cheese was saying, you can go to another platform and stream on, you said it was Polymarket?
Pump.fun.
No, Pump.fun. You can go on Pump.fun and, live stream on there. So people are going to find this content one way or another, and they're going to find other platforms to both of y'all points, man. So that's a great point, man. So, but yeah, B, yo, when you coming back to the A, man?
Soon. I'm making moves to try to figure out how to get back out there. I might do a transfer with this punk ass job I got, and at least that'll get me out to Atlanta, and then I can make some other moves while I'm out there.
Gotcha.
But I'm working on it though.
All right, that's what's up, man. So, like we always say, man, we appreciate you tapping in. You're an avid listener of the TCK Web3 News podcast, man. I'm appreciative of your thoughts, commentary all the time, brother. Thank you, man.
No problem.
Yes, sir. So we got a couple more stories. Y'all stick around for this, because this is not financial advice.
I think Tia has.
But Tia, if you got another thought on this before we go into these meme coin stories, the floor is yours, baby.
Yeah, no, I really didn't even want to do the Steak and Shake story. It was really the YouTube story. So back in 2019, back in 2019, YouTube had banned all crypto content, right? And then, at first it was just X, and at the time Twitter, and then it really gave wings to Telegram crypto, and that's when you seen virtual bacon and those type of guys. They started to blow up on TikTok,
Right.
because, and I believe that's when TikTok had kind of like transitioned from, I forget what it was prior to being TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
but YouTube is going to set themselves up that same way, and you're going to have your Rumbles who are already going to be giving out crypto rewards for the videos and stuff like that. So this is not YouTube's first time taking jabs at the crypto space, and although there is some necessary guardrails that need to be put up for the safety of its users, I do believe like that is necessary, but they can move a little bit hastily and they can move a little bit harshly when going after crypto YouTubers and quick to grab their monetization. And you can't keep on doing that to this particular industry, which is going to be, you know, basically the guardians of the fourth industrial revolution, essentially, because a lot of people get their educational content from YouTube.
That's right.
The crypto YouTube has already died a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We don't go to YouTube for our information as much as we used to, especially in the early days. We don't even need you that much no more. You're going to kill a whole industry of education, a whole educational lane if they keep going at the crypto industry the way that they do. And it's going, like B said, it's going, and Joe, it's going to open up the floodgates for a lot of other platforms and your Twitches and your Rumbles and all that stuff. And I can definitely see it happening, and I can definitely see bigger profit shares and crypto reimbursements that happen in real time. And then, you know, 1,000 views after that stream, you cut that stream off, it might go straight to your wallet. You know what I'm saying? Like, this stuff is being created, and you're going to be behind the ball big time, and they not even going to want to come and fuck with you at all or your platform.
Good point, T. That's actually a great point. And damn, that actually remind me of us when we went to the Google headquarters down here and the difficulty they were having just having crypto integrated in the different, you know, departments or the ecosystem of Google, you know. So by YouTube doing this, man, like, yo, this is a Google company. Y'all not embracing the industry like T is saying. Y'all missing out. And us being content creators, you know, I did my first trial run on Twitch, you know what I'm saying, last week. That was my first trial run, you know. So yeah, man, we gonna look for other platforms if YouTube they don't get with the program, you know. So yeah, I definitely appreciate, you know, both of y'all thoughts and commentary on that. Y'all made some great points, y'all. Great points. So with all of that being said, YouTube, I'm gonna put out this disclaimer. What we do here is not financial advice. Do your own research. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. All right? So, with that being said, let's talk about what South Park is doing. I thought this was hilarious. South Park, they made another splash in the crypto space because in season 28, which premiered on Halloween, right? This episode was titled The Woman in the Hat, all right? This episode humorously took aim at the meme coin culture as characters Stan and Cal launched a parody token called South Park Sucks Now, with the help from a shady crypto advisor. So the trio hypes the coin with FOMO-driven marketing before plotting a classic rug pull, poking fun at the get-rich-quick mentality often seen in crypto. This isn't South Park's first jab at the industry, because in past episodes, they mocked Bitcoin. They had celebrity crypto endorsements, and they even featured Polymarket, the betting platform we just mentioned. So it's just crazy how, you know, I can't lie, South Park do stay on the pulse of culture. They do that. But y'all know somebody launched a token.
Facts.
Somebody launched. This is art imitating real life. Somebody watched that episode. It could have been the people who actually run South Park. Somebody launched the South Park Sucks token, right? And I looked it up. Yo, this token went stupid. People made a lot of fucking money. It launched on Halloween, literally. So this is not financial advice. Do your own research. But this token, think about it. This might be the official South Park token. Maybe they couldn't roll it out the way they wanted it to, so they had to put it in a cartoon to make it be like, hey, you know, we just
Right.
this is just this is a joke, and
some.
somebody else did it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I think they paid somebody to do this shit. I think this is probably like the ultimate like marketing plan to make it seem like they wasn't behind it, but they can be totally behind it. Because this token, last time I checked, I'm gonna check the market cap right quick. Because I know we got our guy Easy Money Esquire in the building, because he always gives us some good meme coin alpha. But I'm gonna go on Deck Screener right quick and see what this token's market cap. Because last time I looked at it, it had like a $2.5 million market cap. So, and it's on the home page of Deck Screener. So the ticker is South Park Sucks now. So SPSN. All right, so that is the ticker. We're going to look it up. I'm going right to the home page. And right now, this token is, it's about a $2 million market cap and went down about 54% in the last 24 hours. So the funny thing about it is, at one point, this thing had like a $6 million market cap, all right? This thing was cooking. But right now it's down to $2 million market cap. It got about 200K in liquidity. So this is just art imitating life. And I thought this story was extremely funny. So I got to ask my co-hosts, I got to ask my listeners, what's your thoughts on South Park actually staying on the pulse of culture, and now somebody launched the token? What's your thoughts, Cheeze?
I'm waiting for this to become mainstream, but sometimes I feel like it's already mainstream. And what I mean by that is the pulse, how the pulse of culture creates these moments of crypto tokens. And I think it may already be mainstream in the way that happens, right? You have to think about these moments like this where it is intentional. The episode was planned, right? So that someone knew that this was going to happen, right?
Oh, yeah.
Someone's like, "Oh yeah, okay, we're in the episode this day." But then it's like, think about how these conversations go, right? Someone in the room probably says, "Hey, do you think they're gonna launch a token after this episode airs?"
No, they did.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, somebody's gonna launch a token after this episode airs." Okay. No, so it's like calculated in a sense, and it comes off as just like a joke to the watchers, to the viewers. But when you're this ingrained into the industry, you're not surprised.
Good point, Cheese. Good point. Good point. So yeah, man, we are leaning towards that this was purposely done so they can launch a token stealthily without having any major blowback. So I was just amused, man. I was tickled, man. I was tickled by this, man. So y'all can go ahead and hit the link on the Twitter so y'all can see the actual video, because it's like a 2-minute clip that we got.
Watch the episode though.
Yeah, I gotta watch the whole episode, but yeah, definitely watch the highlights. It's on the Twitter, y'all. So speaking of Twitter and meme coins, because this is hilarious, y'all. Did y'all know a couple months ago Rick Ross launched a token?
Yeah.
The Boss token. We talked about that
Yeah,
on
we
here.
talked about it.
Right? We talked about it on here. Well, this morning, I saw Rick Ross now promoting a crypto casino called Bitfortune. Bro, you just launched a token, rug pulled your community, and now you back trying to promote a crypto casino. Yo, I don't know what's going on, who's speaking to you, bro, but you missing the mark totally, man. You know, because number one, because you're a rapper who has a major following, you could have damn sure launched this token right. You could have launched this token right. You could have had utility, all of that, access to, exclusive content, maybe VIP passes, something, tickets to your car and bike show. Come on, bro. You could have did this shit right. But you fucked up, rug pulled your community, and now you back taking a bag to promote Bitfortune, a crypto casino. It's no different from what Drake is doing with State. So you're doing the same thing. But my whole thing is, the people who follow you aren't educated in this space, so why you keep leading people down these paths? Why do celebrities keep leading their fans, their loyal followers and fans down this path of being rug pulled? I was very disappointed when I saw this, and I think whoever in his camp, they need to really sit him down and be like, yo, man, you need to either do right by the people who bought your token, or don't even fuck with this space at all. Because now you look like a clown, bro. You look like a clown. I fuck with you, Ross, on some rap shit. You nice. You do your thing. I'm proud of you as an entrepreneur. Black man coming up in this space. But, bro, crypto is not you, man. I saw French Montana try to do some shit in this. Come on, man. He tried to go after Iggy Azalea and try to launch a token on base. You remember he had a token on base that he launched? He launched a meme token on. He ain't going nowhere. Celebrities, stop launching tokens without any utility, yo. So you're taking advantage of the uneducated in this space. So Cheeze, what's your thoughts on Ross promoting this damn crypto casino, man?
Now that I think about it, there's a couple angles I see here. One is, hey, Rick Ross, Drake. If I'm Rick Ross, the boss, I'm gonna start on Drake a little bit. Like, haha, you just got sued by fucking with your company that wasn't regulated.
And your Blue Jays just lost too.
That was the issue, right? The company wasn't regulated. But maybe Bitfortune is regulated, right? Maybe they are regulated. So if that's the case, then he's not doing anything legally wrong. We can acknowledge that he sucks at launching his own projects. But if he's getting the bag to put his name on some other project that is legit in this space, and it makes him look like he has a +1 on Drake, then I can see him doing that. But that being said, I think it's crazy nonetheless. But still something that we're still early in the sense of seeing things. So just like how we got the new casinos coming in New York.
That's right. Shout out to Nas, man.
Shout
Queens get the money.
On that. We may soon see crypto casinos that people want to own and open up. And that could be interesting for us as well. So I think it really comes down to identifying what is the right way, that our people can break into these spaces and do it, and make sure we educate everybody coming along the way.
That's right.
Right, but at the end of the day, if I'm Rick Ross, I don't know if I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about what matters to me. And I can say that, the boss is endorsing this platform, and Drake, you just lost. So, I don't know.
I thought you was going to finish on a But nah, Cheese, that was a great take, man. Maybe he just did it just to piss off Drake because, yo, Drake, you having a bad year, bro. You might just want to just fall back. Just go to Tahiti, go to Turks and Caicos, go wherever you like to go and just chill for like a whole year. Just don't even do no music. You know what I mean? Just God in the universe is sending you all your signs that you just need to just chill. You took a L in the rap battle, then you sued. You lost that lawsuit, now you appealing. The universe set up the Dodgers versus the Toronto Blue Jays in the World Series, and you just took an L in that because we know you put money on it because you was there at certain games. So we know you like to gamble. So I know you probably put a bag on these boys. And you lost again, man. Sometimes you just gotta know when to fold them, man. You gotta know when to walk away, man. Like the gambler, man. Like Kenny Rogers, like the song goes, man. You gotta know when to fold them. You gotta know when to walk away, man. Drake, it's okay to walk away, brother. You know what I'm saying? So I know if we had Tia, she back up on the stage. We're gonna allow her to share her thoughts on this whole situation with Ross, man, and endorsing another platform. What's your thoughts on this, Tia?
It's only one celebrity who has done crypto right. There's some who have done it okay, like your Iggy's and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And while we're on the subject of casino, it's Nas.
That's right.
Nas.
Queens get
And what did he say? I'm cryptocurrency godfather. I forget what he said in that book.
Cryptocurrency
Yeah,
Scarface.
Scarface. It's got to be more of us. Join us. He telling you, follow my lead.
That's right.
He telling you, follow my league, man. All the celebrities is doing it all wrong. Even Ye. Now my dude is opening a whole casino. And he can have tokenized assets and have crypto as infrastructure within that casino eventually.
Talk about it.
He's doing it right. You know what I'm saying? He got in early angel investor and the angel investor and things. Listen, he telling you to play.
That's
He
right.
telling you to play. He running the play. He winning. He doing it remote. You ain't hearing them suing them. You ain't hearing them coming after him. You ain't hearing the SEC, the ABCDEYEFGHIJK, LMNOP. None of them alphabets coming after my dudes, man. Nas is showing the celebrities how to do this shit. Pay attention.
Hey, yo, T, I'm glad you mentioned that because I know you on Twitter, but we got the legend has it that Nas Mass Appeal Marvel comic book here too. I'll be remiss if I don't shout Esco out. You know what I'm saying, with the magazine. He's like, to Tia's point, man. He been doing it right. Him and Snoop. Oh yeah, we got the crypto ball invite up on the table over here. We got this up here. So our guy Ant was there. So yeah, honestly, Esco, yo, man, you got 2 NFTs, man. If you tie in utility with these NFTs to the ultra black and rare Polygon NFTs you dropped on Royal, yo, man, you should do like VIP or something like that, because he probably gonna open up one of his restaurants in there, Sweet Trick or Chopped or something like that. Mm-hmm. He's probably gonna open up. Oh, he got chicken and waffle spot too, chicken and caviar, some shit like that. I forgot what it's called. Yeah, he got some
Chicken and caviar.
Yeah, some wild shit like that. He got a crazy blend. But yeah, man, if Nas actually incorporates utility to his NFTs that allow people who are patrons of this casino, maybe they get comped the room, maybe they get comped some tokens to actually play at the casino with, that'd be phenomenal. But see, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Now, we gotta invite somebody up on stage, man. Because I know we was talking these meme coins, man. So I'm gonna have him come up to the stage if he is available. Our guy Easy Money Esquire, because we got this empty chair over here. Because sometimes we got the hot seat, and people come through the hot seat and they give us some gems. But if he's available, I want to see if he's aware of any of these tokens on his radar, man. But yeah, shout out to Nas Esco, man. Being an early investor in Coinbase, being an early investor in Robinhood, Ring, it was a pill company, I think it was Pill Pack. Like, he's been crushing it, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing that casino in Ozone Park, Queens, man. looking forward to that, bro. So,
Hey, and these celebrity investors, if they really want to, another play, you got your docu-heroes, you got your pies, you got your skylarks, you got a whole bunch of plays over here.
that's right.
Just follow his lead, man. Go ahead and take that angel investment walk, man. Quit launching these corny tokens. I'm done.
That's right. That's right. Hell yeah. Shout out to all the builders at ABC. And shout out to the CryptoCrew.com. You can hit that right now to get y'all up-to-date Web3 daily news. And I've been thinking about incorporating Polymarket onto my platform. I've been really thinking about that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I think I might, if I can, I'm going to sit with my developer. I'm going to see if there's like some kind of a API plugin or something like that, so I can get Polymarket or Kalshi on my platform. You know what I'm saying?
What would it look like for you to do that?
Just, I'll create a section on the homepage, if people are just interested, and I'll just choose like the Web3 bets. You know what I'm saying? Or things related to, like, for instance, when Jerome Powell, they take bets on how high the rates will be raised or cut. So I can do shit like that. But yeah, that's some of the things I've just been thinking about, man. So yeah, your boy has been working, man. I got some things I'm gonna be cooking up on the site for y'all, man. Real soon, man. Real soon. But nah, yo, Easy Money Esquire, man. The floor is yours, man. We about to talk about some meme coins, brother. We about to talk about some meme coins. So before I talk about these two, because we did mention the South Park Sucks Now token, I gotta ask your thoughts on that. And also your thoughts on Rick Ross in this space. Floor is yours, brother.
Hey, what up? Hey, so I'm driving right now, so it might be a little loud background noise or whatever. But with the South Park stuff, I think that is. I didn't even look at it from y'all's angle at first about it, being rigged or whatever. But that's definitely a realm of possibility. And then with the Rick Ross, I ain't even hit to it. I ain't seen what happened with it at all. So what happened with that with the Rick Ross stuff?
Basically, he launched a token a couple of months ago. Rug pulled his followers, but now.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought he did something again.
Yeah, he did. He actually is now promoting a crypto casino. So he got a bag the same way Drake got a bag to promote Stake. He got a bag to promote this platform called BitFortune. So it's a crypto casino.
So it's in Bitcoin.
I'm assuming they built it on the blockchain, and you can probably use Bitcoin or Ethereum or USDC to make your plays as far as your bets. I don't know. I don't fuck with this particular platform, but I want to get your thoughts on this, and I got two meme coins that I want to ask you about too. But yeah,
yeah. So I think with the Rick Ross stuff, I think it's whoever was able to connect the deal and make it happen. I mean, Rick Ross was always talking about, he want to see how it works, and he want to see people with real money, That's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is with the wave of influencers from the last cycle, how many of them was having to go to court, right? It's like, all right, just add them to the list of people that might end up having to go to court for something like that, depending on how the platform performs. But
good point.
Outside of that, man, I think it's inevitable. I think you're going to continue to see more and more people that are normies and celebrity-based or whatever get into blockchain and crypto, and whether it be a utility coin or a meme coin. I mean, it's just like pick your choice, right, at this point. I think the one thing that is still interesting, because I think it's all open to whatever, right, in crypto. But when I remember one thing Brian Armstrong said when they were talking about the Genius Act and the Clarity Act, when they were still before getting it passed, and they were just talking about how anybody should be able to launch a token, right? So I agree with that. It's the whole point of permissionless, decentralized environments. Like, anybody should be able to do what they want. Shoot, some that was actually even recently that happened. I don't know if everybody aware of it, but there was a Stand with Crypto fund that got started on Base. I know Joe knows for sure. I know Cheeze knows for sure. But I know Tia knows for sure too. but there was a Stand with Crypto Fund launched on base from some people that kind of came through ABC and was able to, learn from us and spend some time with us or whatever. And then they ended up launching a token that raised, when I last looked, it was yesterday or today, it was like $750,000 that they donated to Stand with Crypto. But that was somebody that even came through ABC just within the last few weeks.
What?
Market cap went all the way up to like $6 million.
Yeah, I mean,
Hold on. What's the ticker? What's the ticker?
SWC.
It's SWC. It's down right now for sure, like 400K or something, 300K. But just the fact that it's a permissionless environment, like they didn't need Stand with Crypto's permission to do that.
Right.
Technically, right. What's the utility behind it? So that's a meme coin, I guess, by definition, right?
Right.
Because it doesn't have other utility except donate as of now. So I think too, there should be some different categories that people start looking at these different tokens. Even like a token that launches on Pump may not always be a meme. It may actually have utility and connect it to a tech project.
That's a good point.
So, I think again, just a category of buckets of what the word of meme coin is. Like it's, I think it's too loose right now, honestly. Pause. So I think it'll tighten up eventually, just to kind of give certain projects or certain tokens more legitimacy. But as a meme itself, there's going to be a lot of memes, of course. And then, like I said, with the South Park one, I definitely would say it's funny because if they did do it as a rigging, it's like if you can't beat them, join them, right?
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, Donald Trump said the same thing. He said, shit. And he was never trying to beat the crypto industry as of, allegedly, right? But he definitely joined the crypto industry. So it's like, I think, it helps push adoption in all the weird ways that it does. But, hey, like Cam and Mace, man, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, B, man, I appreciate that take, man. I appreciate that take. Good thoughts. Go ahead, Cheese.
I have one more thing to what he was saying, though. Like, for the Stand with Crypto token there, right? That was the funny thing about that is that no one here knows who that person was. Like, they came through here, like, 3 weeks ago. They saw what we were doing on a Thursday. They liked the fact that we had this, relationship. Mm-hmm. And they left here and they launched a token.
Yo, that's wild, yo.
And then they gave a lot of money to Stand with Crypto. But, it's permissionless, like Brandon's saying,
So we're not doxing this person, right?
We don't know.
Somebody knows.
So he DM'd Marlon on LinkedIn.
So I know somebody knows. Yeah, so Marlon knows.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, no one knows who he is in person. Is what I'm saying.
Oh.
No one well, we met him. Someone probably talked to him, but no one I can't point him out in the crowd that was him.
I'm sure he's in the footage because we take a lot of photos.
You gotta track this guy down.
I'm sure he's in the photo or two, man.
Maybe.
A lot of new faces get their photos taken here, so I know we got your photo, bro. If you're watching us, we got your photo, man.
Probably got your photo.
You know what I mean? We ain't gonna dox you once we find out who you are, man. But that was a slick play that you did, bro. But next time you gotta let us know that you're doing that so we can get some great positioning in this. You know what I mean? Pause. Right. So yo B, there's 3 cryptocurrencies I'm gonna ask you about, and these are all Solana-based meme coins. Not financial advice. Do your own homework. Do your own research. Educational, entertainment purposes only. This first one that came across my radar is Ghost. Ghostware OS. All right, so on the banner it says the privacy layer of Solana. It got a $21 million market cap. It's up about 14% today. And it got $1 million worth of volume. So I forgot how I came across this. I be doing my DJ and trend shit. But I definitely came across this, and this shit been cooking. because last time I saw this, I think it had like a $16 million market cap. So right now, we got a $21 million market cap. So B, have you heard of Ghostware OS? All right.
Nah, I ain't heard of that one. I would say just the two things that I was gonna ask you just brought up. You said like, what's the market cap? Of course, what's the volume? No, the second thing. How many holders it got?
All right. So again, the volume, it's $1 million in volume. It got about a little over $500,000 in liquidity. It was launched 11 days, and I'm gonna go down to the charts. It's gonna tell me the holders. You got 9,212 holders.
So yeah, no, man, you asked all the right questions. Or, you brought them up there. So it's like, how many holders? How much volume over the last 24 hours? Chart. What's it look like? Age of the token. And there's liquidity. So
It's
the liquidity is only at $500,000, and then the market cap's at 21 million.
Yes.
So for me, that's a red flag because there's not enough liquidity for market cap, and then even with the volume, like for the market cap to be as high, and with only $1 million in volume on Solana, like that's could be alarming. Not to say that it hasn't like ran up, but just personally, like that's too high of a. That's what you said, 21 million. So that's like not say small, medium pause, but it's like a small, medium like cap token.
Got you.
So I really wouldn't. If I'm looking at something like that, like I would try to get a consolidation on it. If it can hold like anything above $1 million, obviously, like you would think, okay, it's worth something. But if without looking at a chart, I mean, it just sounds like it's recent enough, but I don't know if it's had like a 80% retracement or something, something like that. So if it has a crazy retrace already, pause, and maybe it shoot back up or something.
Yeah, it did. It had a crazy retrace, but it's on the incline. It's on the incline.
Yeah, nah.
But I'm gonna send you this. I'm gonna send you this so you can look at it. Not financial advice, people. Not financial advice. We just going through this for educational purposes. So the next token I'm gonna ask you about, this one is actually Vanguard on Meteora. All right. So it's literally VWA. This is up 166% today. It got about 330,000 in liquidity. It got about 885K in volume. All right. So, man, I've been watching this, and for some reason today it went stupid. I don't know why it went stupid today, because when I saw it, it definitely had under a $2 million market cap, and I should have put something on it. But with these meme coins, I'll be having to do research and homework before I put any money on it. All right. So the ticker is VWA. All right. This token right now got about 38,000 holders, man. And I found out about this because it was on, I want to say, it wasn't the White House, but it definitely was on a political page, a Twitter page I was following. And they were talking about the blockchains that they were going to be using. And for some reason, I was just thrown off because I'm like, okay, I saw the Ripple, I saw the Chainlink, and I forgot the other one. But I was like, yeah, I'm familiar with that. I'm like, what the hell is VWA? And then I looked at VWA. I'm like, yo, this got over 30,000 holders. I'm like, yo, what the hell is this token? So I don't know if somebody just launched it because it was on this particular document saying that the government is going to be interacting with these several blockchains. And I was like, yo, so did Vanguard launch a chain on the low? I don't know, but it's VWA. So B, I'm going to send you that as well. Are you familiar with VWA?
I would say, does the contract address, was it launched, you said Meteora, so does it end in bags, BAGS, the contract address? Or do you know if it was launched off of that platform for Meteora? That's my first question.
Possibly, because it wasn't launched on it didn't end in fun, so we know it didn't launch on Pump.fun. But you said on Meteora, it would end in what now?
Well, it depends. I mean, not always it would end in bags, but sometimes like
Nah, it don't end in bags.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, now there's different reasons I would ask that, but I mean, even the stats don't sound bad, but it's too fresh of a pair for me. Like in what I'm just kind of looking at right now, without having like some actual, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. I see the baby boy in the back, right?
Yeah, man, you know how to do making noise and shit.
Nah, that's dope, man. You dress him up for Halloween, or nah, you skip that?
No. We skip that part.
I got you. He probably too young to memorize it anyway, man. But nah, the reason why I found this is like I said, man. This was like I said, it said Vanguard, the future of tokenized real world assets. So that's the reason why it's Vanguard WA. You know, that was an interesting token, but I'm gonna send you this. But like I said, it's up 162% today. That's the reason why I was on my radar, because I saw it, didn't do anything, but when I saw it went stupid today, I was like, all right. Now this one is highly questionable. And this is the last one. Like I said, this is for research, entertainment, educational purposes only. USCR, United States Crypto Reserve. Obviously, they say it's like tied to possibly Trump or World Liberty Financial. It got a $68 million market cap, but the liquidity is not even $1 million. It's $900K, and the volume is on only $48K. All right, but for some reason, it got a $68 million market cap, and 24-hour volume is about 4%. United States Crypto Reserve. Now, I just think somebody's just taking advantage of or the momentum that Trump has. So these are just meme coins, but I just wanted to see if you were familiar with them. And then on top of that, this one right here looked more suspect than all of them, because this one has the highest market cap, and like the liquidity and the volume don't add up. But
yeah, you literally said everything I was gonna say. Sound like definitely the biggest rug for sure.
All right, cool, man. So, we had to do some kind of meme coin segment, and I had to bring you up on stage, brother, because, you are a resident, meme coin DJ, man, but you be catching these plays, man, so I want to just, offer these tokens to you so you can do your research. I'm going to send you the links, and if anybody is interested in these tokens, you look them up on Deck Screener, right? And we're going to say these tickers one more time. So the ticker for the first one that he mentioned was SWC, Stand With Crypto Coin. I thought that was kind of slick. So that's one to keep on your radars. Stand With Crypto Coin, SWC. The other one that we mentioned is Ghost. Okay, so it's the privacy layer on Solana. Ghostware. All right. That is the name, Ghost. That is the ticker, Ghost. And the last one is USCR, United States Crypto Reserve. That one looks more like a rug pull more than anything else. But hey, this is crypto and this is meme coins, because this all could be rug pulls. And this is for education and entertainment purposes only. So, yeah, man. I appreciate everybody's thoughts and commentary today. I appreciate our guy B. I appreciate NFTia holding down DocuHero. And she's the winner of the pitch competition that we had a couple of weeks ago. You know what I mean? So we got to big up our co-host NFTia. Salute to you. And big up to our guy B Wise for jumping up on the stage, man, and giving us his thoughts and commentary on what's going on in this space, man. So we looking forward to you coming back to the A, man, chopping up with your brother. Cheese, you got any closing remarks, any closing thoughts, anything you want to say before we slide?
Not much. Thank you for everybody that came out on Friday, right? But now it's a new month. No Pumptober. We had no Pumptober. So So, I can't make the joke that I want to make in my head, so I'll just end it there.
All right, man. Yo, we appreciate everybody tapping in, man. Word up. I got Jerry. I got E3. Easy Money Esquire. You got to shout out Skylark. Shout out to B Wise and everybody else who tapped in today. This is TCK Web3 News Roundtable episode 90. We got 10 more episodes, man. For that 100th episode, we got to get Marlon up here, man. We got to get Marlon up here for that 100th episode, man. So happy born day, happy birthday to Marlon. Even though it's November the 8th, we're going to give you a happy birthday, an early shout out. You know what I'm saying? And you got some gifts coming your way, brother. Thank you for everything you've been doing for us here at ABC. It's a solid community, man. I appreciate everybody's thoughts and commentary today. Make sure y'all get you one of these doodle cereal boxes.
Is it still possible for people to get them the cereal boxes?
Yeah, you can buy it off of me. You know what I'm saying? If you really want one. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man. Y'all go ahead. Look out for them Pudgy Penguin vinyls, them toys, them collectibles. We got the inflatable back here. That's super exclusive that y'all can't get that. Shout out to Luca Nets. And we got a shout out to Stand With Crypto, man. So that's it, man. We're gonna end it on what you want to hear, Cheese, on the way out, man. I'm gonna let you choose. I'm gonna let you choose the vibes, man. Because I was playing that Ghostface.
This here.
Yeah. All right, man.
Yeah, keep
It look like we're gonna go for some currency, man. You already know how Cheese do, man. He's a big currency fan. So he got some shit that he just dropped a couple of weeks ago called 1015. You know how currency like to do, man. He like to drop them monthly mixtapes. That be kind of fire, man. He's one of my favorite mixtape artists. Him and Fabulous, they like my favorite mixtape artists. So here we go. This new currency, the trunk full. Let's go.
Diamonds against the wood, everything here, get straight to it. Sliding in the deuce on floor, take off on you at the light, you know I would. Diamonds against the wood, everything good. Getting straight to it, make it understood. I'm riding in the deuce on floor. Take off on you at the light, you know I would. Windows down, we loud as the music. Only oldest in my shit that sound.